Happy Thursday evening, friends. It is Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasures on the Essential Stencil page. So if you're watching this, you're most likely on the replay. So hashtag replay. Let us know you were here. Let us know what you think of tonight's projects. So I am an Essential Stencil ambassador. Again, my name is Melissa from Junk and Craft Treasures. We're going to be working on a couple fun projects tonight. So as you're coming in, say hello. Let us know you're here. As always, guys, Essential Stencil does gift 3 gift cards at the end of every live. So make sure to comment, tag, share, all of those good things, guys. So as soon as you're coming on, let me know you're here. Say hello. I am filling in for Tammy from Cheers to Creativity tonight, and she will be on tomorrow night for me on Friday evening. So today is Thursday, so I know y'all are used to seeing me on Fridays, but like I said, we switched out this week. So as you're coming on, let me know you're here, guys. Let me know you can see me, hear me, all of those good things, and we will get started. So how is everybody? Hello, Elizabeth. I'm trying to get you scooped back just right. I hope you're having a good week. Tomorrow is Friday, finally, right, guys? Hey, Karen, how are you, dear? Hey, Kimberly, good to see y'all. Okay, so there are some things that have happened this week. Give me some hearts if y'all have seen. There is a restock of these fantastic Santas, y'all. Hey, Martha and Rhonda. So these are back in stock, guys. I don't foresee them lasting very long again, just like before. Hello, Darlene and Erin and Eva. So I've got it linked down or above in the description. If you'll click on that link and use my code CraftTreasures, if you do get these, it will save you at checkout. So the Santas, and also, let's see if I can get it without having a mess. Also the, is it Cozy? Let me see what it's called. Cozy Winter Cuddles is back in stock as well, guys. Hey, Melissa and Lucretia, Paula. I know it does seem like Friday evening. We're not used to Thursdays, y'all. I used to do Thursdays back in the day, or when I was filling in, but yeah. And then we've got these cute little ones right here. So we've got the Santas back in stock and the Cozy Winter ones. Hey, Gina. Hello, Janine. How are you? And Sherry. Okay, guys. So I am somewhat prepared for tonight's live. Hey, Becca and Ann. Happy Friday Eve. That's how I should have started it, y'all. So I'm going to be using this tonight. All I want is an old-fashioned farmhouse Christmas. I have a canvas. Oh, wait, y'all. I almost forgot. Last Friday night, I started on the nativity scene. Hey, Jude, who wants to see the final result finished with all the details and the frame? Let me know if y'all want to see that. Hey, Kathy, I do have it beside me. Hey, Marilyn. So we are, like I said, we are going to use, hang on, I've got a thing on here. We're going to use this one tonight, and I've got the frame prepped. We just took some trim molding. What am I trying to say? Trim. Oh, girl, I hear you, Erin. On the back of here, put it together and attached it. So that is what we've got tonight. Hey, Judy. I know, right, Ann? All right, are y'all ready to see? I saw everybody throw up some hearts. Y'all ready to see the completed project from last Friday? It took us a while, but it was so worth it, guys. So my little PSA, if you are nervous about that transfer stencil set, grab it, because you can make something like this yourself. Hang on a second. Y'all, it's so big I can hardly fit it in here. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Didn't that not turn out? We added the palm trees, and then we finished up the camels. What do you think? I absolutely love this. We are going to hang this above our fireplace this year. That is going to be our statement piece, y'all. I love it. Absolutely love how it turned out. I hope y'all do too. So I had to show y'all that. I told Terry, I said, if we don't get anything else done this week, we've got to get that done so I can show everybody. Hey, Marcy, how are you? I know, I hope y'all love it. We absolutely love it. We love everything we do, you know that. But that, I'm telling you, That's going to be one of my favorites for the year. As Erin said, it is spectacular. I cannot stress that enough. It's one of those projects that you're going to take your time with, but you're going to have a gorgeous, gorgeous result when you're finished, y'all. Thank you, Judy. Okay, so I'll quit talking now. I think there's 20 of these left in stock, guys. All I want for Christmas, or all I want is an old-fashioned farmhouse Christmas. So that's what we're going to use tonight on this. And I'm looking for my brush, and we'll get started. Gotta find my brushes, y'all. I was all excited to show y'all the nativity set. Hey, Terry, how are you, my friend? All right, let's grab. We are gonna do this in Carriage House Green. I don't think it matters. Let me see. I think it's gonna stand or hang either way. I know, y'all, I love it. How many of y'all got it and have started on it? I would love to know. How many of y'all gotten it, starting it on it, finished it? What do y'all think? Was it hard? Was it easier than you thought it was gonna be? Give me some feedback, y'all. I'm looking, I have pulled out some fresh plates, but I don't see them. What size was my board? I can tell you, Rhonda. I know it was 15 inches. 15 inches, because I have it written on the back. 15 inches tall and 23 inches wide. Hey, Danetta. No, I'm not. We actually talked about that because someone did offer us some money for that particular one, and I was like, nope. That was my first one. I love it. That one is staying with us. We may make some more, but that one is definitely staying with us. Hello, Kathy. Okay, so you can see I kind of got sloppy. I've got some of my stain in there, but this paint has a really good coverage, so we are just going to come in and go right over that. And 9 times out of 10, when I use Carriage House Green, I only need to do 1 coat. So we'll see how far it goes. You haven't started it yet. You have it, but not yet. Well, y'all need to do it, y'all. You're gonna love it. I promise. You're gonna love it. Just don't overthink it. Sometimes I tend to overthink projects like that. Don't overthink it. It will be fine. Got it, but intimidated. What intimidates you by it? Is it because of all the pieces that go together? I'm telling y'all, it's a great set. Now that I've done it, I want to make sure that y'all all have the confidence to do it. You have it, but won't get it before the holidays. Dang it, Rhonda. I want you to do it before the holidays. Got yours yesterday. Oh, how fun, Mary. Hey, Connie. Trying to find a border for it. Well, how we did our border, like I said, we got a piece of plywood, cut the plywood, and then used some trimming pieces around it to frame it in. Yes, we switched nights tonight. She had something she was originally going to do tonight and had announced it on my page that I was going to be live tonight, fill it in for her. And then I think her plans got canceled, but we went ahead and kept it that way because I had already told everybody that I was doing Thursday. Hey, Kay. All right, so I think 1 coat is going to be good. Let me get this dry. I'm using Carriage House Green. Y'all know that's like my favorite. I don't want to say farmhouse green, but it's one of my favorite greens. Hey, it's not Friday. I know, right? Oh, y'all, I gotta find, hang on. I gotta find the cord for my heat gun here. I had so much stuff plugged in for everything I've been doing this week. I gotta find the right thing. Thank you, Liz. Let's get this dry. Thank you, my friend. Your pricing for a bazaar. How many people have shows this week coming up? Hey, Brenda. How are you, my friend? I know there's a lot of shows and craft shows and Christmas shows and all the things coming up. I may do one more light coat on this. Hey Pam, welcome. I am normally on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central. Tammy and I switched this week, so she will be on tomorrow night, and then we'll be back to our regular schedule next week, guys. So not to confuse anybody, but we are just switching it up this week. Hey Pat, how are you? All right, give this a little bit of sanding. I've got a couple brush bristles on here, and I want to get undone before I do my second coat. You just notice, well, normally I don't have it straight, but it's been a week, and I told Terry before the live, I said, I'm going to actually sit down, take a breath, and straighten my hair tonight. So that is what I did. I used to straighten it all the time, but kind of got away from it. But y'all may laugh, but what I do now, we have a chair that we have that I can move into the bathroom so I can sit. So that helps too, so I don't have to stand. You have one this Saturday and next Sunday. Hello, my friend. How are you, Gloria? Hello, Nikki. All right. Let's get that dry, and then we'll be good, y'all. You thought it was Friday all day long. I wish it was. I was going to ask you, Brenda, how did the dentist go? Hopefully you're not in any pain. I know I threw everybody off today. Katie and I did that on purpose to see if y'all were paying attention to see what day it was. What would have really been funny is if we both went live at the same time. Oh, thank you, Acacia. That would have really thrown everyone off. I am. I'm feeling much better. So much better. Still have obstacles, but I'm feeling better. Hello, Sandy. Yep. Get the rest of those lovely brush bristles out. Just give it a flat surface. If you ever get brush bristles and they're not coming out, just do what I did and just kind of take your finger and lightly work with them. I'm going to dump these out real quick because I don't. Put them in there. Okay, so we have the inside of our frame. I did pre-do the outside. So all I'm going to do is I'm pulling off. Like I always call it the tape peel reveal because that's like my favorite thing. This is why I use frog tape, guys, because you never have, well, I'm not going to say never, but you almost never have any bleeding on there. Got one brush bristle. Let me get that. Get my tape. Right there. All right. So we've got our pretty framed piece here. And I've got one little spot that I want to touch up that I didn't have my tape right. I'm just going to go in there with one of the little brushes from Essential Stencil and get those two spots. All right, now we're good. Now we're good. I want that up at the top. And where to put my stencil? Again, we're using this stencil right here tonight, guys. I think there's only 20 of these left in stock. All I want for Christmas. Oh, I keep saying that all I want for Christmas is a farmhouse Christmas. I'll get it right. All I want is an old-fashioned farmhouse Christmas, y'all. Well, I hope you're feeling good this afternoon, too. Unfortunately, I can't flip my camera. So we've got this where it fits in there. So it will be backwards when I'm finished with it, y'all. But y'all know what it's going to say because I just told y'all. I'm going to scoot it down and over just a little bit. And I am going to actually pull this up. And I'm going to put a little piece of frog tape behind it to hold it steady. It is. We just took some plywood cut it down and then took some trimming pieces. And if you don't have those resources, which I know a lot of people don't, there is a site called Craft Deals. They are AFTEALZ, and they actually have farmhouse frames like this that come with a birch backer, and then you can either get this type of frame or like the cornered angles, and they do have those on the site. They're under, I want to say rustic boards. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what they're called. I need to use one because we do use them sometimes too, y'all. I feel like I have a hair. Here it is. I felt like I had a hair in my face. We're gonna use, it's called Cashmere. It's kind of a gray off-white. It's kind of got a little gray to it. Hey, Crystal, how are you? Try not to stick your finger in the paint like I just did. And grab. I am almost out of all my paint, y'all. Okay, so this is white. You can tell that was a white, and then that is the cream color. So it is called Cashmere, and I'm gonna use a 1/2 inch brush tonight. I'm just gonna dip in my paint. I'm gonna offload on my plate. Like I said, y'all, I got clean plates, but I don't know what I did with them. I don't see them anywhere. I do need, I'm afraid that's gonna make a crashing sound. Hang on. Not too bad of an avalanche. Okay. Did y'all ever do that? You have something that's propping. I showed y'all the transfers that were back in stock, and I put them on top of the paper towels, and now they want to slide because there's nothing to hold on to. So if you missed it, y'all, these are back in stock. My code Craft Treasures does save at checkout, but they're back in stock. I'm gonna move these over here so they don't fall. Okay. And now we'll grab all right. So I always show this, and especially since I'm on a different night. If you are new to stenciling and your brush looks like this, guys, you are most likely gonna have some bleed through because that is way too much paint on your brush. So what we're gonna do is we are going to offload that paint and get our brush dry. Okay, so we're gonna have a dry brush. See, it looks like there's no paint on there. There really is. What it's done is it's worked up, down into the bristles. So you can kind of see on the side where that paint is. That's how deep it actually went down when we swirled it onto our brush. So now I use a swirling motion, and I just swirl it. Swirl it on here. I'm a swirler. Who's a pouncer and who's a swirler? I'm definitely a swirler. And see, it looked like there was hardly any paint on that brush, guys, and look how far I'm going without having to reload my brush. I am just light pressure, and then as I can tell, the paint is not coming off as bright, I just add a little more pressure. And remember, this is a 1/2 inch brush, so it's a small brush. So we got almost all of that done with one load of our paint. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more. You always want to make sure you get the sides too, because that's where it's going to get caught up and can bleed. And when I say bleed through your stencil, I mean that your paint doesn't stay crisp for your letters or your designs. That's what I mean when I say bleeding. Now, when you're using a dark background in a white or a light color, sometimes you need to do twice. Especially if you're new, do not lift your stencil get it dry, and stencil right back over it. If you lift it and look at it and you're not experienced with it, you may not put it down in the same spot. So that's one reason you want to just get it dry and then go back over it one more time. You can let it dry naturally, or you can speed it up with a little drying tool like I have. I think this is like $12. I've had it for almost a year. This kind of speeds up the process. So I'm going to do my second coat, and I'm not going to do it heavy-handed or anything like that. I'm just going to get my paint on there. And since we've already done our base coat, I'm going to go ahead and just lightly go over it pretty quick. I'm not worried about that base coat. This is just kind of my touch-up phase now with our second coat. If I get my brushes in the sink fast enough, Mel, I clean them with Dawn or just hot water, just depending. If I use acrylics, I really don't need to use any Dawn. It comes out really easily, but I do use Fusion Mineral, so it tends to be a little bit thicker on my brushes and harder to come out, and that's why you'll kind of see sometimes my different colors I've used on my brushes are still on my brushes, because it does have a top coat built in. But if I don't get there fast enough, I will use Awesome. I'll let them sit in Awesome for a while and then just run them under the sink and clean them off. Super easy, nothing fancy involved. We don't need a brush cleaner, anything like that. All right, guys, so we are done with this one. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this tape and pop it up in the other corner, because we have the other corner taped. So that's gonna help me pull it straight up. I love when I do a stencil for the first time, guys, because I don't know what it's going to look like, and I'm so excited to always see the end result. And I hate it that it's backwards for y'all, but oh, so pretty. So you can see we don't have any of that bleeding. We just have a crisp stenciling there. So we took our time and just offloaded the brush. That is the key to stenciling, y'all. I can't say it enough. That is the key to stenciling. Offload that brush. Okay, so we've got, y'all, I love this. It is so pretty. So pretty. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'll slip this down here. I can tell you one thing, we're gonna have some really pretty signs this year. Hey, Maggie. Not that we don't every year, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, guys, I have already done this in a pillow. I did not wash my stencil, so I apologize. Y'all know me. I don't wash my stencils all the time. One reason is if I do something I really like, then I know exactly how I want this to be. Yes. Okay, so on sealing, if I do seal my stencil, if it is going to be outside, we will use Rust-Oleum matte 2 times or some type of, I use dead flat varnish, but I know you can't use that with chalk paint, so that's why I always say the spray first. If it's inside and it's not going to be to the elements, I do not always seal it. I don't. There's no need to, because it's inside. Okay, so we've got this fantastic, y'all, I love this stencil. Like I said, I've done it on a pillow. I'm going to do it on a sign now, so I can do one of these frames with my sign, okay? So, as y'all know, I do my gingerbread, all my gingerbread stuff, and I actually have a friend that lives close, and she may want this as well. So, we're going to go ahead and do this up for her or myself, one of the two. So, again, we've cut, let me see if that's, I've got them labeled, hang on, because I have all these projects I want to do. I've got them labeled which for which. I'm going to make sure which one goes with which. Yeah, I'm good with that. Neither one of them will work. They're about the same size. Okay. I will let you know what size this is if I can find. I don't know where I have it, y'all. I don't know where my ruler is. It's going to be a 16 by 12, because I think these are 16s. I think. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I lost my train of thought on that. Okay, so we've got the super cute. We had it this way. It will look like this when we're done. And I'm going to use the same colors and kind of show you how easy it is to achieve this look without using a whole bunch of different colors. So we're going to use cranberry. Oop, got my resin stuck to there. That's not good. Okay. So, oh, I got a butterfly coming to haunt me too. Did y'all ever do that? You pick something up and you don't know something stuck to it and then everything's stuck together. 12 by 16. Thank you, Gloria. I told you last week you complete my thoughts for me. I need you on every live, my friend. You and Brenda, y'all always help me out. Okay, so we're going to use a cranberry color. Trust the process here. Not going to use a lot. We're going to use cranberry. So that's one color. I'm looking for my brown. I'm like, oh gosh, did I not grab it? The turquoise. And let me grab my brown because it's way over here. And our brown. So we're going to use 3 colors on this project. Even though we're going to have different colors, we're going to use 3 colors. And then we're going to use our base coat. And since I've got the cashmere already out, I think we'll just use the cashmere. Let me think about this for a second. Or do I want white? Kind of want white. Kind of do, y'all. Kind of do. I don't know if I have enough white. That might be our question. All right, we'll find out. It's gonna probably bark at me. Okay, so we'll take our other chip brush. And y'all, I always hold my I always hold my chip brushes to an angle. That way I don't get the brush strokes. So I'm just going to spread my paint out. I've got it as an angle. See how it's kind of held down like that instead of like this? I hold it down. That's just a tip that I give how I paint my surfaces. It just helps not have those brush bristle, stroke marks, all that stuff when you're using your chip brushes. I know the first time somebody saw me painting like that, they thought I was absolutely crazy. But I was like, you know, if you have any type of shaking in your hand or anything like that and you're using a brush, this just works better. So it's kind of like after you start doing things for a while, you find what works best for you. Like we were talking about earlier with swirling of the brush versus pouncing of the brush. Some people like to use makeup sponges. I have never been that person. I cannot stencil with the sponges. I get bleeding everywhere on my stencils. And we're gonna have enough paint. I'm gonna do 2 coats, but we're gonna have plenty of paint. Now, I am that person. When I do my white, I don't care if I have a little bit of the board exposed. And this is why. I know this is gonna sound crazy. When you go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, things like that, everything is so neatly together and painted and mass produced that I kind of like to have mine backgrounds a little imperfected. Does that make sense? That way you can tell it was handmade. I don't know. I'm just weird. Does anybody else ever do that? You want to have like your own little signature on your things? Oh, awesome, Patty. You are good. You are good, my friend. Hey, Jamie, I just saw you on there. Yes, I use Fusion Mineral Paint. I've been using it for years. I love it. It goes on great. It also has a built-in top coat, so that's why I tend not to have to top coat a lot of my things. So we got brush bristles again. I'm sure you can see them, but we will get them off here in a second. I have to trick my heat tool because it is almost worn out and it doesn't want to always switch to that high heat. Oh, that's cool. And y'all, Sharon, who is normally on Wednesday nights, she is a Fusion Mineral affiliate. So if you do go directly to the Fusion Mineral website and when you check out, you put in I Restore Stuff, it'll give you a 10% discount on the Fusion Mineral site. Not like people that sell it, but the actual Fusion Mineral site. That's where I get all my paint. I always use her code for that. So just a little FYI there, if you ever are in the mood for getting some. All right, I'm gonna get all these little bristles off. Notice I waited until it was dry because they just tend to come off better and it doesn't mess up your project. Okay, so I'm gonna leave mine like this. Like I said, I don't care if it has a little bit of that brown showing through because this is going to be a lot of writing behind here. So this is just our background. Just one coat today, that's all I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna lay this down just like I did with the one that we did a minute ago. I'm gonna put a piece of tape behind it. Yes, girlfriend, we all are our own worst critics, that is for sure. I cannot tell you, when I first started doing this, y'all, like I didn't know what I was doing. And I would go over boards, like for custom orders, I would do them. And then I'd be like, oh, that doesn't look right. And I'd sand it down and do it again. And in the end, it looked the same, but I wanted them to be perfect for orders and all that stuff. And then I was like, you know what? The more carefree I am with it, the easier it all flows together and everything turns out just fine. So don't stress out about your stenciling or your projects because there's going to be that right person out there that's going to love exactly how you do it. Okay, let's grab, got some brushes. This is what I was talking about. My Fusion paint, my blacks and my blues and my reds tend to stay on the outside. And so comes off a little bit, but on some of them it does stay on there. Okay, so we've got the cream color on here. So I'm gonna use this for my brown actually. So I'm only gonna do 2 more different brushes. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some red. So we're gonna grab the red first. Same thing. Too much paint, it's all globby, like don't ever stencil that with it like that. We're gonna offload it onto a shop towel, paper plate, whatever works. And then we've got our dry brush, okay? And I'm just gonna paint my heart up here, which y'all can't even see. So let me get this over here for y'all. Let me pull y'all back so y'all can see it a little bit better. So the heart right here, we're gonna do in a bright red, or our cranberry red, okay? Then I'm gonna dip into my cashmere with the same red brush, and we're gonna make a pretty pink, a light pink. See how we got that light pink? And we're gonna offload, just like we did with our red, and we're gonna paint this. Okay, now I can use several different tones of this pink if I want to go in and add more red, do all the things. I almost got all of that on my heart. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing. I was trying to show y'all. Okay, so I'm going to go through and do all my pink things, and I'm going to grab a little more red, and it's just going to be off a little bit of a different color. So we're going to have different colors of pinks for all of this in different spots. Grab a little more red. And actually, I do want to do that lighter. So this is the fun part to me when you get to experiment with all your paint colors too, y'all. To blend and do all of the different. And I'm making this super easy. You could go in, you could change the frosting colors, you could do all of that, but I'm just gonna keep it like this. If we wanted to do another red heart down here that's more prominent, I'm gonna grab more of that red paint. Again, we've got it like that. I'm just gonna offload it and color that in. It's still gonna be kind of pink, but I'm gonna grab that white and do the rest in the lighter. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna take our other brush and we're gonna do our blue. Same thing. That's even too much paint. Can y'all see how that's separated with the paint? You don't want it to look like that either. So we are just going, still too much. And that looks better. That looks better. All right, let's get. And then the goal for this one will also be to put on a brown frame on this. We may actually do like a candy cane striped frame. That would be cute. That would be super cute. And I've got my pillow to show y'all too. I did bring the pillow in here. So y'all can see what it looks like on a pillow too. I still need to iron it to heat set it, but I'll show you what it looks like on a pillow in case you haven't seen it. And again, we're just using 3 colors. And I love the stencil. I didn't link this one, y'all, but it is still available, I think. Now we've got our brown, and this is the same one that I used for the first sign that had the off-white to it, and it's gonna mix just fine with brown. If you had a true white that didn't have that brown tint, it would have made this gray. Does that make sense? So this already had an undertone of the brown in it, so that's why I'm okay mixing that together. But if we would have had more of the white tone in it, it would have totally gone gray on us. So just keep that in mind. Oh, you know what would have been really cute on here? I don't have it with me. If we would have done some cinnamon on the gingerbread. Dang nabbit. That would have been super cute. To add some Mod Podge and cinnamon. Why do I not have my cinnamon over here? I just had that idea that that would be really, really cute to put on there. And don't have it with me. Sometimes I'll move stuff off my table that I don't think I'm gonna need, and then when I'm on my live, I'm like, man, I could have used that. But then I have everything else on my table, but the stuff that I think I didn't need. So see how easy this one is, guys? And like I said, I already had it how I wanted it, so I didn't have to like actually think about it. I know that sounds bad, but oh, I love it, Sharon. I love it. I had thought about doing a pillow tonight. I think we still may have time. You know what we could do? We could do the All I Want for Christmas is a Farmhouse Christmas. We could do that on a pillow. I think I've got an extra one in here. All right, so I think I'm good. And when I was doing that, I saw one section of turquoise that I missed right here at the top. And right there. I just didn't go over far enough. So I'm just gonna make sure I got all my edges on those. And a second coat isn't gonna hurt anything. Okay. Y'all wanna see how cute this looks? And I know it's backwards, I'm sorry, it's backwards. I know Essential Stencil can flip it on the replay. So cute. Look how cute that is. And I know it's all backwards. So cute. And then we'll just put a brown frame around it, or we may do a red and white candy striped frame. So love, love, love that. Just mixing our 3 colors. And remember, we did our red heart, and then we went to the pink. We did our darker heart right down here. So super cute. Project number 2. And again, it's just a thin piece of plywood that we use. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you. Okay, so to show y'all, like I said, I had both of them here. Hang on, y'all. Got my sack with my polyfill. So here is a pillow I did. I just need to iron it and heat set it. I still haven't done that. I know that's awful, y'all. I've done this like a week and a half ago, but I did it on a pillow. So it works. It works on pillows. This is just a pillow. I wish, you know what we'll do? I don't have it. Did I pull it out? I was gonna say, it would be nice to do something that wasn't backwards, right, y'all? I don't think I pulled the reindeer out. I was gonna say that would be cute on a pillow. So let's do a quick pillow. We got 20 minutes, we're good. So I have these, they're like, I don't wanna say they're canvas. You can use regular fabric, but they kind of, can y'all tell how they look? It's got a little zipper. So I think, hang on, I may have, y'all, you know what I'm gonna do? Hang on, back up, back up, back up. We're gonna do this, but I'm gonna do the back side. Since I haven't heat set yet, let me find the zipper. See if I don't have my polyfill stuck. Which I might. But I can unstick it, maybe. Stand by, y'all. I have not, because they're not made. The transfers, okay, so you don't want to wash a transfer. Y'all, got some polyfill stuck in my thing here. It won't let me unzip it all the way. There we go. Y'all, this is when you decide to do an impromptu piece here. So bear with me. I'm gonna do the back side of this because I've already got those colors out and we don't have to do any more brushes. Okay, so I've just got it stuffed with polyfill. If somebody's coming on, they're probably like, what in the world is she doing? All right, so we've got our polyfill. I'm gonna flip it over because I'm gonna do the back side. I'm gonna make it a reversible. Oh no, I love my reversible projects. So we're gonna make it reversible. We're gonna take our North Pole Gingerbread Cookie Company and we are gonna put it on the back side. How is that, y'all? I am down for that. Okay, then we can do it either side. So I'm gonna take one of these backers that comes with our stencils and I am going to stick it inside on the right side. Let me see which way I've got this. So I'm gonna stick this inside like so. Do I have another one? I normally like to have 2. I don't think I have another one out. So that'll be okay. We'll be fine. It's not gonna go through. Ooh, I do have another one. Hang on. Ooh, this may be a loud crash if I don't do that right. We're not gonna do that. Stand by. I'm thinking what I can use for an alternative. Oh, you know what I'll do, y'all? I got it. I should have the other one from earlier, but hang on. use the backing out of this one. Just so it goes all the way across. Okay, so I'm gonna have 2 in here so they go all the way across where my stencil is gonna be. Okay, easy peasy. Lay it down. Then we're gonna lay down our stencil. Again, super easy. Now, it's not wood. Yes, and I think I got mine off of Amazon. I think they were $4 for, now I did have to pay for the polyfill, but I got my polyfill really cheap. I don't know if it was when Joann's was closing or when, but I know I got it really super cheap. It was like $3. What was I gonna say? You can do fabric ones too. I like these. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead because we've got wording at the top, wording at the bottom. I'm just gonna go ahead and tape this on here. That way, in case my paint goes over my stencil, I am covered, and then it's not going to move as much. Now, these type of pillows, are they absolutely 100% straight? Probably not. Is anybody gonna notice when it's stenciled? Probably not. Got one kink right there that I do want to press down on. I haven't ironed it. Now, I did pre-wash these. I didn't, Terry did, but they are pre-washed. Okay, so we've got that down. And let's just use the colors that we already have. So we've got our red out. Same way, same way. Yeah, if I don't answer, I normally go back through the live and answer them for you. So you can swirl, you can tap, same way. Now, on fabric, it will take a little more of your paint. But again, I've offloaded because I don't want a whole lot of glob paint on there. I don't want it all globby. And you can do this on tea towels. You can do, like I said, t-shirts, sweatshirts. I know Elizabeth keeps asking me to do a sweatshirt, and I keep forgetting, so I need to do a sweatshirt. I've done t-shirts a million times. Works just fine. I'm hoping that I have enough red so I don't have to get out some more red, but I think I'm going to. I will make it work. We're gonna be perfect on the red, y'all. Give me some hearts for that. No wasting of the red tonight. Okay, so then we'll go back to our brown, which I don't think we're gonna waste any of the brown tonight either. And there is another part that comes to the stencil that actually has the faces and things, guys, but I'm not doing that tonight. I might need a little more brown. We'll see here in a second. Yep, and like this, if you have a pillow form that goes in it, or if you use like the polyfill like I just did, you can take it out from one pillow to another. So you can have all these, you can fold them up in between each season, and then just use the same polyfill for the 1 or 2 pillows that you have out, y'all. And then you don't have a lot of storage. Does that make sense? So I seriously, you can ask Terry when he came here, I had a pillow for everything. And they're everywhere. But like I said, we can take out the forms, we can take out the things, and they're good. Able to wash t-shirt? Yes, absolutely, Kathy. I have, I need to wear some. I have shirts. There is a specific, if you want, there is a specific paint for fabric. I use Fusion Mineral Paint. I've also used regular acrylic paint. The key is to heat set correctly. So there's two ways that I heat set. I will take parchment paper with a little mini iron. I don't have my little mini iron, but parchment paper with a mini iron and set it. The parchment paper is my barrier for my iron and my paint, okay? And it'll set. Or you can paint it, throw it in the dryer for about 20 minutes on high heat, and that'll set it. So you do need to set it before you, you know, go and wash it. It needs to be set. I think, I was like, I know I have another brush somewhere that has some black on it, but I think that might be the one that we already used. Try not to dirty too many brushes, but I think this one will work. I'm funny about my brush bristles. If it doesn't offload just right, it means I didn't clean it right. And then I'll grab another one, which I think is gonna be fine. Again, just using a swirling motion. When you get to the areas that have like the fine detail, you can pounce if you don't feel comfortable swirling, where you might accidentally miss that. So I'm just gonna pounce so I don't mess up my snowflake and swirl it wrong. And I'm gonna grab some more black. And as I always tell people, you will see me offload a couple times with the same color, and you're probably thinking, Melissa, why didn't you just grab more paint and offload it at that time? I would rather have less paint on my project and have to reload my brush than have too much paint and ruin my project. Hey Carrie, how are you? So I hope that makes sense. When you see me like take a little bit of paint, go back and get some more, that's why. I'd rather have less and have to go back and redo the whole thing or scrap. I will say, when you work on fabric and stencil on fabric, I, in a way, think it's more forgiving on your bleeds just because it's got to soak into the fabrics. I don't know if anybody else has done shirts and stuff, if y'all can confirm that with me. Yeah, always want to heat set. Now, I will say too, if you're not going to be washing them and stuff, you don't necessarily have to heat set it. But if you're wearing it, definitely need to. And like for this, I've got wrinkles in it, and that didn't come out in the wash. So I need to iron those out. And if you want to iron them before, to make sure your design works perfectly. So when you do iron it, it's not messed up. Absolutely. Kind of doing this one on the fly. I was going to do it later, but I had enough time, so why not, right? Why not go ahead and do it tonight? I don't have very much extra paint that I didn't use. I'm so excited about that. All right, y'all ready for the reveal? Good. I think we're good. Okay, are y'all ready for the reveal? Yep, I've heard that too, Marcy, so thank you for mentioning that. Okay, here we go. So again, I'm gonna peel it just like I would peel it if it was on a surface that I had down. Peel it straight up. Oh my goodness, y'all. How cute is that? So we have this on one side and then this on the other side. Oh, I can't just stop it. So cute. And so then all I'll do is take these out, let it dry. I can tell it's pretty much dry. I've got one little thing right there. Now, since I have polyfill, guys, I'm obviously not going to heat set it with the polyfill, but all I'll do is like I said, we can switch back and forth from different projects. This doesn't take too long to stuff. Plus, I don't want it to get separated until I do heat set it, because then we'll have stuffing everywhere. So while I'm stuffing this, if Essential Stencil wants to pick the winners, I will look up for those and recap all of our projects. Almost got it all, y'all. It needs to add some more, but like I said, and just fluff it down. And then we'll have our pillows. And like I said, I'll put more stuffing in it, y'all, once I heat set it. But how cute is that? So adorable. I know. Okay, so we did our one side of our pillow tonight. We did a gingerbread sign that we will add a frame to. And then we also did our framed old-fashioned farmhouse Christmas, y'all. So like I said, so many different ways you can use your stencils. And then don't forget the other, we also have on the other side of our pillow right here. So you can do every season. You can make them interchangeable. Yes, it does, Gloria. It sure does. Well, actually, I think it's like tonight at midnight, but I might be wrong. Oh, I love it, Millie. Yeah, so those are all of what I have for tonight with y'all. I know it was a little bit longer last Friday, so I did finish a little bit earlier today, but like I said, we switched with Tammy, so I will be back on next Friday at 7 p.m. Central, which will be back on next Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. Anytime you go to Essential Stencil, guys, my code CRAFTTreasures, CRAFTTREASURES, saves at checkout. So if you wouldn't mind entering that, I do get a small commission from those orders, guys. You use it first, let it set up, and then you can paint it. I don't know what that was, Maggie, but yeah. Now you have to try fabric. Yes, Deb, you do, my friend. And you can do shirts. You can do all the things, guys. All right, I think I see winners. Hang on, let me see if I can hit the button. There we go. Okay, Susan Turner, Elena Roberts, and Margio Warnock. Y'all are winners tonight on the live. So if y'all will email support@essentialstencil.com, they will get those gift cards to you here in the next couple days. So y'all, if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. And again, I will see y'all next Friday at 7 p.m. Central. And I normally say have a great weekend, but since we're on Thursday night, have a fantastic Friday, y'all. And I will see y'all next Friday night. Be blessed, guys. Bye.